Hello, welcome back to another pen talk. Thank you very much for tuning in. Yes, there are fewer viewers every video, but I really appreciate all my viewers, and I'm happy with the interactions that we have. So I'm presenting another pen, sent to me by my good pen friend Dean. Second pen that I received from Dean, and just as nice, as interesting as the first one. It's a HongDian N11. Here it is on Etsy. Easy Buy is the only store to buy from. Excellent service, really good group of people running at Easy Buy. So this is a great pen. I love that geometric design that's three-dimensionally carved into the cap and barrel. The pen came in a few different colors and a few different designs. Here's some examples. We're going to look at this pen in detail, compare it maybe to the N10, which I think it deserves a comparison to that pen. So as it twirls around, and we'll just give you a little bit of a close-up look. Mr. Crab is very, very happy to present this pen to you. Hopefully you enjoy looking at it, because Mr. Crab enjoys holding it up and showing it to you. You're going to get a winky wink, and we're going to dive in. So when you first pick up the pen, it has a decent weight to it, not too heavy, not too light. And that color is anodized, a type of chemical bonding of a coating that can be done with aluminum to produce some very interesting colors. A number of pen makers do a lot with anodizing aluminum. I'm certain you know of a few. But the pen just feels good. I like the dark chrome there of all the trim. I just like it because it kind of is a subtle blending in with the rest of the pen. The cap takes less than one turn to take off, which is very interesting. They're getting less and less turns. Take note, Jinhao. And we'll see a metal section of that same dark chrome finish. And we'll see a 35mm or number 6 nib in fine. They only come in extra fine and fine, at least from what I've seen. And a nice looking, I think, injection molded plastic feed. It does have that interesting look to it. Certainly a lot of dimension there. We'll see how it works with putting ink on paper, which is the important part. The pen feels nice. Its balance is great because there's a lot of weight here in this metal section. A third of the weight of the whole barrel is in that section. And I think that makes for a pleasant writing experience. And it fits okay in my hand, unposted, but it does post as we would expect from this design. It posts deep, it posts secure. You do feel the weight of that cap, but the balance is now just moved from down here to up more closely to the crooks of the hand. So some people might enjoy that balance better. And it is secure because there's a nice plastic liner in the cap, so you're not going to mar the finish on the barrel, at least one would hope not. So that's the pen. Let's do some comparisons, and let's also look at some interesting details. So HongDian has definitely done a lot of design work on this Capband, which is not necessary since it's all metal. But there's LT HongDian engraved there in very, very fine, delicate font. And we'll see a lot of knurling. And then on the reverse side is the model number N11. I'm impressed. I really like it. HongDian seems to be now putting the model numbers on the Capband, which I think is a good idea. It allows them to do more things with the rest of the pen. So they also have matching design elements at the bottom of the barrel and top of the cap. There's a nice metal insert, and it's done very nicely in that dark chrome finish, which I like. I'm really, really pleased with the look of this pen. And also, as HongDian is known for, I'm certain it's a great writing instrument too. So following Wasky's Girl tradition, I've been trying to use up inks. I know it's a difficult thing to do because I get big bottles and I got lots of pens. But this called out to me, Royal Blue. It's a writing ink made in Germany for fountain pens and other various writing instruments. And if we look at the paper towel where I wiped off the top of the cap, and I think these are perfectly designed bottles. That metal cap seals very well, and they're easy to fill pens with. I see a little bit of a purple hue to that blue, which is pretty much what royal blue is supposed to be, because purple is the royal color. And as we've come to anticipate, expect, demand, HongDian writes great. First time, inked it up. Of course, I did my 3 flushes and my 3 inkings. And this Rohrer & Klinger Royal Blue works very, very well. It's smooth, consistent writer. It's a stiff nib, so no reason to push it. But sometimes you really just want a nib to just write, and write well, and write all the time, and this pen will do that. So I ask you, what pen maker can make 2 of these amazing pens? Basis is aluminum, but 2 completely different looks, but with the same clip. They did a phenomenal job, I think, in interpreting a metal pen in 2 different unique ways, which I find very interesting. I mean, every detail is slightly different, except for the clip. And that Capband, which I really like what they're doing. Here are the model numbers in the front with HongDian, nothing in the back. And of course, the end of the barrel is different, where you have your piston cap, as I've been reminded to say. But I just find this amazing. Feast your eyes on 2 amazing pens from the same pen maker, released about the same time. I don't know about you, but I'm impressed, happy about what I have in my hands. So here's the N11 as far as I'm going to take it apart. And I unscrewed the nib assembly from the section so I could flush this with some soapy water and then rinse with some clear water. And also the converter, this metal collar unscrews, and I remove this little ball that's inside. Again, I don't think it actually does much to agitate ink. It's very light. And secondly, it restricts the movement of the piston when it gets down near the end. So I'll take that out. I'll put some silicone grease here on that piston rod, and also put it on the threads and that nice O-ring at the bottom of the section. This is a standard section. Because the pen is a cartridge converter, there's no need to change it like they did with the piston fillers. And as we've shown many times before, this is how it connects. Very, very tight, very, very good fit. And with that metal ring and that nice insert, it'll last a long time. And the section is all metal. Nice O-ring there, which is always good. Looks like all the manufacturers now seem to be doing that, which I think is a great little touch. Just something to make that pen feel good when you put that barrel on, and also seal up well and securely. So now we're in dark mode as much as I can get in the middle of the day. I think it'll be fun to play the LED light on this amazing pattern, geometric pattern that is in both cap and barrel. Kind of like my N10, which I really enjoy. They did a great job. If you look inside the cap, there's no ledge or anything. It's just a solid plastic liner that goes all the way up to the top. Interesting that they're now doing that. Hopefully that nib will stay wet, but I've been fairly happy with my HongDian pens. I just love that design. If you look inside the barrel, we'll just see metal, which is what we would expect with this pen. So here's a comparison. We have the HongDian N10, N11, Pelican M800, and the Pilot Metropolitan. The N11 holds its own against the 800, and of course the N10 is a big pen. Here they are uncapped. I think you can see how they have all their little nuances and differences. But the nib and section are really the more important part. And here we can see the N10 is definitely the largest nib of this group by a good bit. And yes, this section is a little smaller than the N10, but it's a little bit smaller pen and a number 6 nib versus somewhat like a number 8. Your M800 has that classic small, short section, girthy but short. And of course the Pilot Metropolitan is just small, along with its very small nib. So we've come near the end of the video review. Time for some editorial comments. I cannot just love that look. And some dimensions. So I'm just totally amazed, astounded. I mean, I like the way the pen looked in the listings, but having it in your hand just is 10 times better than looking at a photograph of this pen. I can't say no more. So if you like a pen like this, go get one. Colors seem to go quickly in this environment. Here's already some of them sold out from some of the sellers. And we know the N10 also had some colors disappear quick, like the blue one. In Fountain Pen Therapy, he has the green one of these, so him and I just switched colors between the N10 and the N11. So you can check out his review for something a little different. As we conclude this video, I hope it finds everyone safe, healthy, and happy, enjoying your pens, finding something to put in your hand that makes you go, whoa. And that section's not really slippery. Yeah, it's metal, and yeah, it has some kind of dark chrome coating, but that coating seems to have a little bit more of a texture to it. I can't really explain it, but trust me, the N10 was a little bit more slippery. But don't let that stop you. If you like the pen, get it. We've reached the end of this video, so thank all of you for watching. We've reached the end, and then we're at the end of this page, so I need to squeeze in a bye. Enjoy your pens.